Making Roblox games has a lot of challenges, and one of the aspects of game design that a lot of people struggle with is user interface or UI. And a large part of what makes this really difficult is good UI is really difficult to make within Roblox Studio itself. So in order to really make good designs, you have to create them using external software like Photoshop, and then export them from that software, and then import them back into Studio. And this is a whole process that I've noticed a lot of scripters really haven't learned yet. So I decided to make this quick tutorial on the entire process of how to export UI all the way from Photoshop all the way into just placing it into your studio ready for use. So let's begin. So right now for this video, I'm just using a pirated version of Photoshop that's super outdated. This is what I use for everything. My setup might not look as good as yours, but as long as you're using a version that is from 2018 or older, you should have all the tools I'm using, or even maybe a third-party website that also has all these tools. But as an example, we're going to be playing with this dialogue UI that I'm going to add to the game I'm working on called Elemental Heart. So right away, I'm going to highlight something important. You're going to want to hide your text and separate all the UI pieces into individual parts. The reason we do this is because we want all our parts to be able to move around separately within the studio. And we also want to be able to edit and alter text in a modular way. So if you import the entire piece as one individual solid piece, then you can't edit this at all in Studio. So the only way of changing it, if you do it that way, is by completely redoing it and importing it again. It sucks. So we're going to separate the main dialog box from everything else, sifting through the layers until we find just this part right here. And then we're going to select it using the quick select tool and make sure our selection is around the entire dialog box. Now we're going to copy or cut our selection. You can do this with Control C or Control X or the edit window like how I'm doing it. And then after we have copied our selection, we're immediately going to go to File and make a new project in Photoshop, and will automatically set your resolution to your new selection, which saves us a lot of trouble on cropping this piece. So now that we're in the new project, we can just paste our UI piece into this perfectly cropped canvas. We're not really done yet, so we're going to select our UI piece again with the quick select tool, go to select, modify, and feather. We're going to adjust the value to 1 or 2 pixels and then confirm it. Now the reason we do this is to avoid that white border of random pixels that sometimes gets caught in our selections that make our UI look super trashy by the time it's exported. This cleans it up and makes it look really good for our game. So now that we're finally ready to export, go ahead and select the file, click Save As. Make sure to organize your files because you're probably going to be saving a lot of individual images of your UI, and make sure you're saving it as a PNG to retain your transparency. And now we have successfully exported our UI from Photoshop. For this next part, I'm going to show you guys how to actually add your UI into Roblox, and it all starts from the Roblox website. We're going to click Create to enter the Creator dashboard. Make sure you're viewing this from the group you're using if you're using a group to develop your game like you should be doing. It's a lot easier to work with other people that way. Now we're just going to click Creations, Development Items, and Decals. Now from this menu, we should just be able to straight upload our assets to become available to anybody in the group working on the game. That part's done. Now comes the part where we actually add our decals into the studio. And if you're a bit more experienced, you might not need this part of the tutorial. So in order to add images to Studio, you have to insert an object into your workspace that can use the decal ID. I'm going to start here in my GUI folder to make things more organized, and I'm just going to add a folder here. Add a screen GUI within the folder, add a frame within the screen GUI, and then add an image label within the frame. And then from here, we just navigate the properties of our image label we just made to the image property. And then we just go back to the decal we just uploaded onto the Roblox website, copy the decal ID from the URL, and then paste that directly into the image property. Now that's our image, and from here you can adjust simple things like background transparency, scale, and position to get the assembly just right. And well, this is only one UI piece, so we're gonna have to go back and repeat this process several times for each UI piece until we can fully assemble the finished UI in our game. So we're gonna go back, same process as before, separate the individual piece from the entire UI, copy it into a new project, clean it up real quick, export it, upload it to Roblox, insert it into the studio as an image label, and just like that we've got 2 pieces. Now we can overlay these and it looks just like how we have it in Photoshop. We can edit it however we want to. We can do whatever we need to with it. Scripting becomes a whole lot easier. And yeah, that's how you take your entire UI, completely exported and imported from an image directly into your game. That's all I've got for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for updates about Elemental Heart.
Oh my God!
Thank you.